We are live.
Good afternoon, everybody out there in YouTube land. Hey there, hi there, how are you? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are around the globe. It's great to be back in my usual seat, in my usual chair, and back with my buddy that I stem with vocally every morning, Bo Van Buren. Bo, how you doing, buddy?
I am wounded.
You are wounded. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you got wounded knee.
Yeah, literally. Not a really cool story, but dog took me out in the snow. What can you do?
Sure.
So yeah, got an MRI yesterday. Still haven't heard back about what's happened. So that's why
Well, it looks like you're.
That's why I look kind of posted up right now.
I'll say it looks like you're hanging on for dear life there, but with good reason. Incredibly sorry to hear about your knee, man. That's rough. What did they diagnose it as? Because I find this fascinating.
Yes, they diagnosed it as internal derangement of the knee, or IDK, as
IDK.
its abbreviation is. It's a very funny term.
IDK, I got crazy knee. What can I tell you?
IDK, my knee has gone mad with its lust for power.
That's what it is. It took a blow and now it's crazy knee.
Yeah.
Well, speedy recovery, man. Glad you got it sorted out at the dock and they've at least got a plan of action. That's
yeah. I'm posted up. I'm doing the rice method. Rest, ice, compression, and elevation, baby. Which is why my leg is all the way. It's like right here. You can't see it. It's deliciously off camera, but
fantastic. Speaking of elevation, again, my name is Dustin Brewer. I'm your brand manager for Zephyr Drone Simulator, and we are here once again for the 18th time to talk about Zephyr Drone Sim and what all is entailed within, how it applies to potentially your business or your field, be it public safety, search and rescue, power, industrial, you name it. Some of the new updates, some things in the news. We're going to go over our learning management system today with Bo. That's going to be pretty awesome. And yeah, excited for everybody to spend some time with us. Looks like chat's blowing up a little. Hey, Stu, Alex, Josh, welcome back, guys. No arrow to the knee.
No.
Yeah, he's he missed the dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I missed a grapple check for a leash.
Yeah, for sure. 2000 What a Space Odyssey. Yeah, we can't let you do that, Stu. Did you know that HAL 9000 was the inspiration for Anthony Hopkins and Hannibal Lecter for Silence of the Lambs?
Interesting.
I know, right? That cold computational, like that's terrifying.
Enjoy these tasty jams.
That's right. This fine selection of jams and jellies. But anyway, as far as that goes, outside of personal injury or any of that other fun stuff, it's been a fun week at Zephyr. We've done some cool stuff. It's been great getting back in the swing of things, working on reaching out to some new clients, looking at other parts of the industry. After what we talked about last week in the news, this week, it's even more wild about where we're seeing applications of drones out in our everyday lives. So, you ready to get into the news?
Sure.
Start spreading the news. We can't sing too much of it or we'll get DMCA'd. Have to be a little careful.
Is it around the net that would be copywritten?
I miss around the net.
Or is it around the web?
You know what? Well, we'll just say around the drone.
There you go. Around the gimbal. Around the drone.
So first up, this is kind of cool. I've got a buddy that actually works in this sector in industrial and commercial rental programs. Chief amongst them for this in particular
is drone rentals. We got drone rentals.
Possibly coming up. We're seeing some interest in commercial and industrial rental agencies like Sunbelt, who rent like boom arms, scissor lifts. I mean, everything from leaf blowers all the way up to steamrollers. Like they've giant generators, things of that nature. It's pretty cool. But they are considering like what would it take for someone working in the commercial or the building space to utilize a drone, which we started doing a little bit of customer discovery there, doing some reach out. If you happen to know somebody in the field out there and listening to us, feel free to connect them with us. But they are starting to operate some unmanned aerial systems, looking at what the FAA would kind of entail there for them being a commercial leasing company, what that indemnity would look like.
Interesting.
But going so far as to like looking at Part 107 certifications before it's rented out, VLOS or BVLOS, working on like what happens if a drone gets hit, parachute technology for trying to save it if it falls all the way down. I mean, all the way up to Part 108. I'm really impressed with their level of I don't know, level of research and due diligence that's going into this. It's pretty exciting, and I think we've got some direct connection into that as well.
Oh, Sunbelt, I wasn't familiar with your game.
Right? But I mean, if that's the way it's going, and this was from constructionpros.com, so it's kind of
when can I just go to Rent-A-Center and get a drone?
Well, I mean, you got to wonder though, like, is that on the horizon? As much as we're seeing it in a commonplace world where you have to have a driver's license or even a motorcycle license, perhaps there will come a time when we're all required to have a drone license.
While I think that is ultimately good, there has to be like flight time, like necessities for that, like you have to have for a driver's license, because like drones, especially the ones that you'd be seeing in that type of situation, are going to be like, I feel like they'd be much like the heavier style drones, not like a Mavic or anything like that, but like if you're going to rent like, you know, an M30 or something like that, a hefty boy. I feel like you should have to have a certain amount of flight hours that just aren't currently mandated.
I agree, and I think to Alex and Stu's point, both in chat, that basic training scenario, accountability scenarios, things like that before you rent, beyond just Part 107 or anything, I think would be important. And yeah, I could see huge applications in ag or people mover is a little scary. You have to wonder, but I'm sure, heck, even public transportation will probably be affected by the utilization of drones in the not too distant future.
I mean, I can't see where you would like, because like the layman is not going to be like, oh, well, I know that I'm in Class G aerospace or something like that without like, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Yeah, you'd almost have to separate it out by like how we do commercial vehicle and personal vehicle, recreational vehicle. It would be your type of license that would allow you to operate, not so much where you operate, but how you operate. And then you would need to know based on your speciality.
Just add a Class D to your license.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Am I CD? Am I AD? Ag drone, commercial drone?
Yeah,
industrial drone.
It's a cool thing to think about for sure.
It is. It's really weird when you get out of that little sphere that you operate in and look outside of there.
The quad rotor gurney.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I don't know. Yeah, I get airlifted to the hospital for my knee injury by a quad rotor. That's insane.
This is you sitting in a lawn chair. It just picks you up from underneath. You just take off and go.
Oh man.
You know what though? Never say never. But I thought that was super interesting. Another one that we're seeing is a couple of U.S. companies that are ramping up their game for delivery, for drone delivery, delivering goods, delivering services, whatever that is.
Yeah, we did a piece. We did a piece on Walmart, I think, before that was looking at that.
This looks to be some of its biggest competition coming out of A to Z drone delivery. They're based out of California, but mostly operating in China right now,
Mm.
and essentially honing their skills. What people tend to forget that although China is massive and has a huge population, it's mostly agrarian, and being able to see how much distance can be covered, what does that look like whenever you get into areas where you're super reliant on GPS and things of that nature. Like, what does that look like? So, it's interesting to see the work that's being done overseas as well as at home.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, how much of like their homework can we copy off of?
Sure. I mean, honestly, you're not too far off there. But on that same note, I know DJI has been a big part of the conversation for months now because of exclusions through FCC regulation. But they did just announce that there will still be firmware updates for DJI drones in the US.
The thing about DJI is it's been a hot conversation topic the entire time I've worked for the company. So it's like that's like 4 or 5 years right now of just
interesting. I didn't realize that.
Constant goss.
I see.
It hasn't been quite so bad until recent years about, all of the competitiveness in the marketplace and like, the supposed spyware or whatever on the systems and stuff like that. It's it's always they've just been a key component of the drone industry. Like for a while there, like DJI was almost synonymous with drone, compared to any other manufacturer of them, it feels like. So they were always in big conversations. So
gotcha.
It's very interesting to me, like the way that we're positioning them is what it feels like.
Sure.
But
well, it's good to know that those people that do already own stuff like Mavic 4 Pro, Mini 5, things like that, they can continue to get those updates.
Yeah, for sure.
For the firmware up through January of 2027. It looks like they have implemented a date of which they are talking about going dark with it. I don't know that they ever will. I think a lot of that depends on machinations within the administration, which it's like riding a roller coaster. We have no idea what's going to come next. But something that is kind of cool is that they mentioned the Avata 360 Lido 1 and X1, that when those are released, they will still have their firmware updates available also for like security patches, bug fixes, things like that.
Okay, so they're getting like shoehorned in.
Right. Yeah, they're going to get shoehorned in. So yeah, it's nice to know that part of the sector will still be serviced. So yeah, I know that was on a lot of people's minds in our industry.
Interesting.
But yeah, and then this was kind of interesting. There's a company called Chemitech Solar that's developing a drone-compatible cleaning solution for agrivoltaic systems. Essentially, cleaning off solar panels by using a drone, like going through and washing them off. Pretty cool, especially in agri and energy, seeing this kind of stuff being developed as support in those industries and not necessarily for discovery or diligence, but more to support those things that are already in place.
So like a power washer.
Essentially, yeah. But utilizing.
I wonder how they keep it stable.
So it talks a little bit about this, but not a lot. It really focuses more on environmental impact and how reduction of like taking out people and vehicles to do this. They're able to utilize this new solution that's apparently pretty eco-friendly and cuts water consumption in those areas significantly.
Interesting.
While remaining within those tolerances for whatever they consider their EPA over in, looks like mostly Europe is where this is being enacted. So
okay,
that's pretty cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah, very much so. I think they're actually a Portuguese company. Yeah, Portuguese manufacturer. And then finally, last piece here, out of Waikiki, our long distance relationship in the Pacific Ocean out in Hawaii. But they're actually utilizing drones for essentially to catch speeders. There's really no other good way to put it. But the sheriff's department is utilizing drones instead of sending out vehicles to go chase down speeders. And I think that is absolutely hilarious.
It's kind of fascinating because, like,
right?
There's only a limited amount of places you can go.
Yeah, you're not running away far. Like, the islands aren't that big. I know Kauai, when the wife and I went and visited there 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're looking at maybe 45 minutes to get across the thing at most. So, yeah, it's why not? Why not utilize a drone that's going to have less of an environmental impact? And those areas are so pristine that to me it makes sense. Like, why put out more exhaust and harm to person or property when you can send a drone to go deliver a ticket?
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? Yeah. Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Ohana means stop speeding.
Right? Slow down.
Man.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the news that's fit to print. I thought that was pretty rad. There's some other stuff with Department of Defense that is interesting, but I don't know that it's really in a good enough place to talk about it yet with some of the stuff that they're wanting to ramp up for drones. We'll let that marinate for a little while. Okay. But I think as far as in the commercial, public safety, a little bit closer to home, some interesting things happening, a lot of really cool applications that I think Zephyr could be directly involved with. Yeah. Okay. Pretty neat. It is. So yeah, there you go. We're still on track with our quarterly updates. Sounds like things are progressing pretty well. I know they're doing some more tweaks and touches to thermal, which is going to be really fun. Excited to talk about that more coming soon. Yeah, I think if you're ready to
I can
take us by the hand and show us the learning management system. So I think it'd be important to understand, like, what is a learning management system and what makes Zephyr so unique and what people can expect. You know, it's more than just flying a drone around in a simulator. There's some really cool data.
That is true. Let me go ahead and switch over to the other screen.
Oh yeah, take us.
We're there. And once again, sorry about the jump scare here. You know, I had to do some workarounds with my camera to make this work. So, you know, we're here, but sorry for the jump scare. So you should be able to see my screen here.
That is jarring.
I told you, man. It's like bam in your face, but my face. I'm in your face.
We are in faces of the business right now.
No, so you know, when you log in to your Zephyr website dashboard, this is zephyrsim.com/dashboard. This will be what you see if you're an institution admin. If you're a student, your view will look a little bit different. If you're an instructor, your view will look a little bit different. But we're kind of coming at this from the overhead top, where, like, you know, if you're managing a class of kids or, you know, pilots to be, this is kind of where you'll go. So your home screen here has a bunch of data on it. Obviously, it shows you how many courses you've built out, how many users are currently in your pool of pilots. But this also includes your admins and instructors, as well as the students. As you can see up here, there's a breakdown of how many student licenses there are. We have 50 total, with 2 of them allocated. And then we have 1 instructor license, which has been allocated, as well as 7 admins, which has been allocated. You can see you can click this button up here to view your license usage, which will show you who all has them and whether they expire or not, and when they'll expire. And you can also pull it up in a calendar view, which shows like your courses and everything on here. Um, there's that. You can also toggle, I forgot to say, when you're in calendar view, you can come down here and toggle the courses on or off, depending on whether or not you want to see them. So there's that. We have the ability to assign and revoke licenses from your students specifically. You can see a couple of buttons over here. You'll see your 2 users. You'll notice that there's a no name, but it'll actually have like the email address underneath. If your student hasn't gone in and filled out their information over here under user settings, it'll auto-populate to no name.
Ah, I see. And when they, let's say a group purchases, the minimum of 5 licenses for the enterprise program.
Yep.
But their students only last for a semester, and now they have the license for a full year. So when you're saying that the license they can revoke off of one and then switch to another, they're able to use that same one license, but now with 2 different participants.
Exactly.
One having moved out of the program and somebody moving in. That's a huge value.
I agree. For sure.
That's awesome.
It's by design. It's free real estate, as they say. But so they made it so that you can click unassign all to just quickly revoke all the licenses. You can click assign available to reassign them to everybody, and so on and so forth. You can go through and filter it out by which courses they're in. You can filter it out. There's tons of filters that you can just mess with.
That's cool.
You could reset, which will return it back to the way it was at the beginning of you opening this window, and that's kind of all there is to it. And then as soon as you exit out of that, it'll repopulate with the new information.
Very cool.
Over here next to the users button, we kind of make it so that you can do a lot from the home screen, whether it's creating a course, whether it's assigning the licenses, purchasing more licenses if you want to, inviting students from here, or inviting admins or instructors from here. It's a little redundant, but the redundancy makes it easier to navigate. So you can get to them from multiple avenues. So for ease of access, I would say.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which, we kind of move on from there to the manage tab. Management tab is where you're going to see your kind of breakdown of other things, such as like your orders, institution transactions, and institution invoices, your invitations to students, which will tell you whether or not they've accepted it, or if it's not accepted, when the invitation expires, whether or when it was created. You get a whole bunch of different information here. You can also check to see if they have any kind of typos in their email. And if it is, that would, and they didn't accept it, that would make sense as to why they didn't, because they probably didn't get it.
Sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, and honestly, especially when you're dealing with people who are also in the field, like in public safety, it's a great way to be able to go back and have that accountability, because you don't have a group of students all at once. It may be pilots training as they can,
For sure.
in between shifts or on different shifts.
Exactly.
Very cool.
So that's pretty much all there is to invites. Users is just a way that you can look at your actual table of people that are in your org when it loads. You'll have to forgive my Appalachian internet. Sometimes it's good, or when it's good, it's real good, and when it's bad, it's terrible.
It's real bad. There's all that ice outside slowing it down.
Exactly. Yeah. You can see any of the users and their roles. So you can see that Alex here is an institution admin as well as a student in certain courses. He's also, his highest tier of license is institution admin, which is what populates over here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see, courses. When you build a course, it'll show up over here. Once again, you can do that from the home screen, or you can do that by clicking the plus button here. You'll put your name in, the teacher that's doing the teaching of that course. You can assign a TA if you would like, but it's largely unnecessary. You'll do your start date and your end date, and then you'll hit create, and it'll populate here, and then you can invite your students to that. That's pretty much all there is to courses.
Where could an instructor find curriculum? Like, let's say they're a new instructor, new to us, and as well as new to teaching. where would be a good place for some of that curriculum creation?
So that takes place inside of the courses. So if you click the little cog here and click view, is it not? Why are you not opening? There it goes.
There it goes.
So you can see that this course has already ended. But if the course was upcoming, it would have a yellow icon and it would say upcoming. If it was in session, it would be green, and now that it's ended, it's red. But if you come down here, you can see your enrolled students. You can see assignments, which is where you're going to actually build out your coursework. So for assignments, you'll click the plus button here. For details, you'll type in whatever details you want to have in there, whether you're limiting the type of drone they can fly. But you make those notations here in the details. You'll select your scene. So say I wanted them to fly the NIST training. I'd select which NIST training module I want them to fly in. So I'd say 10-foot position. And then I'd scroll down here. I'd select my due date, my start date, and my end date. And then you can inflict more difficult terms on them if you would like by selecting.
Inflict is such a good word.
Which you can do total time in seconds. So I think that NIST gives you 5 minutes to complete. You can make them do it in 3. You can make them do it in 4. You can really put some limitations on them to see if you can crank up their proficiency.
That's awesome.
Then you can also do a minimum score. And when you create an assignment like this, which I'll go ahead and just throw one in here. The course is already over, so it won't matter too much. And you can always delete courses after they're done. So I'm going to say 60 seconds, which is impossible.
Right.
Minimum score, we'll say, because they do them in 10s, I'm going to say your minimum score is 19. So 1 point off perfect. And then you'll click create. Creates the assignment. You'll see it here. You'll see your parameters that you set there. And any time that a student completes one and it's under the minimum score, it won't count as a completion. So it's a kind of way. It's a way to force them to do better.
Sure. That's really cool. I like how that's just very straightforward.
The other neat thing about this is if you actually click on this and click view, it'll give you a view of when you have students in here. You'll see what students have completed it or flown it, and whether or not it's actually completed, whether it was turned in on time, the score that was acquired, the total time it took them, when it was completed, date wise. And then that'll have a little blue paper here that you can click and view the specific report for that flight.
See, and I think that's so handy for instructors. They've already got so much to have to juggle with, other coursework, whether it's been designed by them or a group like one of our partners, like USI, SDI, any of those. Like they've already got enough on their plate. So being able to go into something like this and access that kind of information quickly,
for sure,
that's huge. What a value.
Yep. And that's kind of mostly what you can do with like the organization of a course. There's a little bit more nuance to it, but if you're interested in that, you can hit us up and we'll actually schedule a walkthrough, or we can send you a video either way. That way we can get you walked through so you can see it kind of more in depth.
Our very own Josh had put together a video. We have it here on our YouTube channel of a walkthrough of our learning management system that I recommend anybody who's interested in the product takes a look at it.
Okay, so the last thing I want to go over is the reports tab. You'll see it here. I've gone ahead and selected myself so I don't have to dox anybody else's emails. So what you'll see here is a couple of different things. Up here, you'll see your filters. You can filter by course. So any course that you want to filter out, you can do. I'm going to leave it at all courses for myself for right now. You can select a specific scenario. So like these are only showing warehouse flights that I've done. And you'll notice that free flights is 0 out of 0. That's because free flights aren't graded. Then you'll see some that are graded that are like 500 out of 500 because I'm an absolute monster.
Humble brag. Humble brag.
I'm super humble too. Yeah. You can select
being humble.
You can select your start dates and your end dates for these if you only want to pull reports from like a specific weekend, or like if you have like a due date for a specific assignment and you want to see those things trickle in, you can do it that way.
Got it.
You can do additional filters for like showing uncompleted reports as well. And then one of the fancier things you can do with this is say that I wanted to see. I'm gonna change this to NIST test. So you can see here with NIST test, I've done the 10-foot position, scored 20 out of 20, and I've completed it. If I click this little button here, and you'll see it shows you the steps and whether or not they have the completion check marks, which is super neat. And if you scroll all the way down here, you'll see, score 20 out of 20, score percentage, doesn't matter because it's, perfect or whatever. You'll see how many times a person resets, how many times they crash. You'll see how long it took them. So it took me 3 minutes and 6 seconds to fly that, which would have counted as a failure for my assignment that I made earlier.
Well,
because I did it in over a minute. You'll see some telemetry data, like the average speed of the flight, your max altitude, your top speed, line of sight violations and altitude. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see timestamps for every target completion that you've done. And it kind of, helps to show you where you're losing time if you want to really nitpick your own performance.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't realize it got that hyper specific on each portion.
That is specifically part of the NIST stuff. So your NIST modules include these. Most of your other ones won't give you these kinds of timestamps. As far as if they've added that in for some of the other modules, then that's a newer development. But it used to be that this was only in the NIST modules.
I see. Really cool. Yeah, so when we talk about aggregate data as well, so this is also where like our partner Air Data that has essentially flight data for real life flight. With an actual drone. This would also start to populate in the learning management system along with simulator data, correct?
As far as I know, yes. Like our data populates inside of their system as well, I think. So it shows that you've done simulator hours and real flight hours.
That's so cool.
One of the other cool things that you can do, and then I'll shut up about the LMS, is you can request reports. So when you do this, this will be the email that the report is going to. Then under here, you can select which users you want to pull data for. So say I want to see what Kyle's been flying. And our illustrious BDM as well as Parker. I'll hit apply. And now it shows, which students have been selected. We scroll down. You'll see date ranges. You can select the dates for when you want to pull the reports from. So say I wanted to see reports specifically for that assignment that I made. So I select the start date and end date for the same day. I'll say include completed only, and then do highest score only. So I'm not getting all that data. Then down here, I can click modules, and then I'll just find the module that I want, which would be NIST. Scroll down here a little bit because we did the position, 10-foot position. We select it, comes over here. We hit accept. Shows over here that we've got one of 155 modules. Scroll down, and then I pick the data I want to see. Now, if you want to click all of them, with doing it, you just hit all, or you can hit none, either way. But I'm going to say that I want all of it. I want to see lost line of sights. I want to see all that stuff. I scroll down, you'll click report data agreement. You'll select that and hit send, and it'll send a CSV file to your email with all of that information, as well as the flight time in seconds, to like in a spreadsheet format where you can just kind of plug it and look at all the data.
Man, that's great for accountability measures and for record keeping.
For sure.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty much I mean, there's a lot to this, obviously, and
Sure.
we, like I said, we can deep dive more into it another time, or if like you want to schedule an LMS demo, or if you
Mhm.
want to like specifically request that, you can, or we have the video, like we said, on this YouTube channel.
True. I think that's there's a lot to be said for our availability as a company. It doesn't just stop with you purchase the license, you get access to the LMS, and then here you go. You're left out in the weeds.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest parts of the value of jumping in with us is it doesn't just stop after point of purchase. Like we're here with you along the way as much as you'd like for us to be, um, with walkthroughs or troubleshooting, whatever that is. That's you get all of us essentially becoming a part of Zephyr. So yeah, we've got lots of tools and resources. The aggregation of data is just fantastic for instructors and for the students also. Like what better way to really hone skills than to be able to go through and get into the nitty gritty about where can we improve.
Oh yeah, for sure. The one of the main boons that I see with it is like if you assign like an assignment to somebody that's say like the throttle control, and you see that they're struggling with throttle control, you can work with them on that and like pinpoint their specific training to where they can isolate that skill, work on it, and make it more solid before
Sure.
they do other things with it. So
Well, how does anybody get better with muscle memory? It's just
exactly.
it's practice and taking an interest in your own development. I think active participation goes a long way. It's practicing for practice sake. Yeah, you
Hmm.
can learn how to play the drums, but doing the rudimentary stuff, finding those areas of weakness and bolstering those, like that's how you become a professional.
Yeah,
And that's what we're here to do is to help make professionals.
there was a quote that Kyle used to say to me all the time. It was like, perfect practice makes perfect.
Hmm.
So is one of the goals, or not one of the goals, it's one of the ideals that we kind of strive for with like our offering, because we want it to, like I said, I say it every time that we talk about this stuff, but we want it to be as real as it can possibly be without you
Sure.
having to go out and risk your actual hardware.
Well,
um,
absolutely, especially right now when, there's 2 foot of snow on the ground here in Boston. You've got several inches of ice there in Virginia. And I don't know about you, but I love snow, but I hate ice.
oh no, I mean, it's one of those things where you plant your foot in, you think you have a nice solid footing, and then the dogs of
Hmm.
the world come at you.
That's what it is. It's a dog eat dog world, and it doesn't help a bit when you have ice underfoot, ice making things terrible for people just trying to live their lives.
Eh, you know
Hmm. For sure.
but
Um,
that's pretty
yeah.
much all there is to like the LMS for this specific snippet.
Oh, that's great. No, thank you for taking us through that, Bo. Like that's awesome. I appreciate your experience in that, being able to speak way more intelligently than I am about that. That's
Yeah, no
it's a neat
worries. It used to be
add
part of my
on for
job.
the sim. No, I mean it still is. Honestly, you're helping to kind of shape, that onboarding experience. So when somebody becomes a client of Zephyr, like you do
Hmm.
go through an onboarding experience with us. You know, we try to be good stewards, good shepherds, so you get the most out of it because
Gotta
you're
be.
spending your hard-earned dollars with us. It's our job to make it feel like it's working for you.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's pretty much all I've got for everybody. I hope it was a good learning experience. I learned a lot. I'm excited to get in the LMS a little bit more and get comfortable with it. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah, it's fun to mess
just
with.
stop after the first time. It is. It's got a lot to it. I'm impressed. Any other parting thoughts, Bo?
um, just be safe out there, man.
Yeah, right. Yep. Watch your footing. Beware of ice. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. If you want to catch us, we currently have our BDM is repping us out there in Phoenix at an event. We got a couple other ones fast approaching. Bo and I will be in Maryland closer to the end of the month, so that's going to be awesome.
I'll be shuffling and shambling my way around.
Oh man, can we please get you one of those scooters that you can ride around on? Oh yeah, let's get you a hover round. It's round for a reason.
Yeah,
that'd be great. But yeah, check our socials. If you're not following us there, make sure you're checking us out on LinkedIn. We'll put all of our upcoming show dates. Be on the lookout for more short form content here on YouTube. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up. Donate your thumbs to us. That helps us pop up in the algorithm more. Notice we got a couple more subscribers. We're almost at 250. So would love to have more. So share us with your friends. Share us with your enemies. That who knows, they may find us annoying. So spread it around a little bit. But yes, please be good to one another. Watch out for your neighbors. Be careful out there. And if you have anything else, questions as far as flying the friendly skies in a drone, you know who to call. Bo.
Yeah, okay. K, love you, bye.
K, love you, bye.